Generic greetings and welcome back to PC Building Simulator. We have some fixing to do. Specifically, this computer needs its motherboard replacing, so we'll crack on with that. You may notice that the music is a little bit more upbeat than previously. That's because we now have the Unavowed soundtrack on because, well, we do have the option to, so we can, but we'll just knock it down just a smidge there. So as you can see, this computer is all kinds of broken, I would imagine. I've actually not tried it. Let's go to cabling and we'll connect all that up and we'll power it. And absolutely nothing. No flames, no smoke, and no life. So let's just go to remove, and what we'll do is get this motherboard replaced. We should have the motherboard in our possession. In fact, what I'm going to do first is just check that one moment. Go over to motherboards, we can see, yes, we do have a Mortoni H170 MTech, which is what we're going to be swapping out here. So this should be probably quite labour intensive, a lot of cabling and just faffing around, but anyway. As you can see from the emails here, we've got this one to replace. That's what one we're doing now. We've got two computers on the way here. The one here is quite simply just to clean it out, and we need to do it by tomorrow. That shouldn't be any problem at all. We've got another one which is upgraded to 16 gig of RAM. I have not yet bought the RAM because I don't need to, and also it says, have you checked Bungle, which we have bought. We're just waiting for that to turn up tomorrow. So let's just crack on with the motherboard. So we're going to remove all of these components. So there goes the graphics card. We will remove the wire and then the cooler, which will come straight off. We will open the CPU slot and then pull that out. There we go. And then finally, we have to get the RAM. So one, and then two. And then we need to get rid of the cables. I know the previous episode we had some iffy results when it came to the upgrading of the RAM, but that's not all that bad, unless the ratings say that that's the case, because actually, do I need to replace the standoffs? I don't need to replace the standoffs, so it looks like you do need to replace the standoffs. That's not good. Surely not. Surely let's remove that cable there. And do I have to replace all the standoffs? That's annoying. Yeah, unless the reviews, because I know there's reflect that we've done not a stellar job. I know there's some of the emails do say things like, what's this program, or how do you do this, or I prefer this. So maybe that is reflected in the reviews. So we see that's a broken motherboard, and we can just sell that, and then we'll install this one here. So standoffs go in 1, 2, 3. What form factor is this? Is this standard ATX? I think it is. I think it's just standard ATX. That'll go in there, and then we'll screw that in. Generally go opposed, and then in the middle, and let's not tighten it up to silly amounts, because you know that's going to put undue stress on things. We can see that we have the processor to go in. That'll go in like so, and then we'll obviously close that. And before we do anything else, we're going to put a little blob of thermal paste on that one, because, well, you need to remember to do it. You might notice as well when we got, I think that's the location for the cooler. That's fine. You notice they've all got little post-it notes to tell you where they've come from, all of these parts, so that's good. And that'll go in there, and then that'll go in there. We don't have to close the catches, I don't think. No, we don't. They're already in. And then finally we got the graphics card, which does not require a power supply. Actually, look, it's automatically connecting it up, which is cool, because that's something we have bought now. And then finally the cabling, of course, cabling. So we've got the power connector, we've got the cooler connector, we've got the I think, well, it's motherboard, CPU power, I think, and then we've got the hard disk, not just power, but that's the SATA, and then the on button and all of the front panel stuff. So in this case, we've got power button, we've got probably microphone and headphone jack. That'll be reset, and then 2 USBs of unknown numberage. So let's just install the back panel, and then that should be job done, and we'll power it on and see if it lets some horrible smoke out the top. It has not, which is always an advantage. Shouldn't need a reinstall of anything because it's the same hard drive and everything, so that should be good to go. It is done. Place in corridor. Excellent. We will put it down like so, and then we will go and claim that there. So that's give us a little bit more cash, so we can discard that. New parts are available. We've got some R9 370s. We'll discard that one, and we'll delete that from Uncle Tim because he is insert generic insult here. So let's end the day, and we will get, it says pay your utility bill. I'm pretty sure I've done that. We'll end the day, and we'll crack on tomorrow. Today's beverage is mango juice drink. So we have a job that we need to do today, which is just to clean the PC. In fact, we'll get that out. Whoa, that's a bit of a stutter there. So we should be alright. We'll also see what else we have as well. Oh, there's loads of other stuff there. Actually, one thing we could do, we could minimize that. We can install Bongle, and we'll check our rating. As you can see from the top right there, we are level 3, and about maybe a fifth of the way up to the next level. But our star rating is, it's only increased by a third of a star, so we're now on 1 2/3 stars. Let's restart our main machine, and we'll see if we can get this program working, or I wonder if we have to do some horrible Windows updates that don't work. 18.1809, I think it is. I'm just unable to install on my machine now. It just doesn't work. Okay, so Bongle, we can see we have some reviews. So Tim's Red Hot Repairs, that's what we're called. Can we not change that? It's just computer servicing. Okay. So you see we've got reviews here. Terrible CPU news to the thermal paste. What are you playing at? That's what we've had. That's before we took this over. I like the guy, but really has no business working on PCs. Not the PC repair shop you're looking for. A top-line PC is now very expensive paperweight. I'll be seeking legal redress. Could have just thrown the PC out the window. Okay, so Tim has obviously not done a great job, but there's the ones we've just done there, so that's fine. In terms of previews and news, it's nothing on there. So we know we're doing okay. In the past, not so much though. The company as a whole. So we are going to get this Dust Master all cleaned out. So we'll go to install, compressed air, and then we'll run this around. There we are. Oh, nice bit of jazz. If you've not played the Unavowed, then I would highly recommend you check it out. If you have any interest in a adventure game, sort of all, a bit sort of old LucasArts adventure game-y, but with like modern, more choices. And it is, after all, urban fantasy as well, which is cool. So that is now dusted out, so it should just be able to just install the back panel, and then we're job done. So we'll put that in there, and that in there, and then we'll power it on and see if it boots, which I think it should do. It has booted perfectly fine. This is good. So we'll just place near the door. And before we forget, we'll get this up because this is an upgrade, and we'll have to buy parts anyway. We will go to email, and we will, hidden objectives. Custom reviews are fickle things, and people are not always upfront about what they want. This is what we thought. Keep an eye on what the customers say in their email, as they often mention hidden objectives that you can complete for extra rating stars. You only get to see hidden objectives that you've completed to make sure you do a good job and try to get them all. Okay, that's what we assumed when we were reading through this bit here. Even though the objectives, this is the in-game objectives. You need to do that in order to complete the mission. I don't know why I said in-game objectives, as if we're out of game. But you've got ones like that, which says, my son is always going about 3D Mark. What's that? So this is complete by the end of the day, and this is the machine that we're on about. So son always going about 3D Mark. What's that? So if we actually pick this machine back up, we'll get rid of that, put it here. So before we end up shipping it back to the customer, what we'll do is we'll power it on and we'll put 3D Mark on it, because that's, I believe, a hidden objective, but we'll see. So we'll say, what did my holidays? Damn it. Okay. It's a bad form to do that anyway. So we're going to install 3D Mark. I don't know if we have a site license or a distribution license for that, but we're putting it on anyway. And we will accept that one. We've got this one here, which is 16 gig of RAM. I'll check that in a moment. Missing thermal paste. Thank you for fixing my PC. Since you have the thermal paste, it's running nicely. Didn't realise the business on the new ownership. Good thing too. Excellent. I'm impressed with your timely fixing on this issue. I'm happy to give you another chance. I still recommend you to anyone who needs work doing. Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Waterman. Discard. We've got another one here. I'm Blake Peterberg, and I'm one of the core team over at MovieMax, the world's 53rd website in UK movie news and reviews. With the upcoming release of our next highly anticipated blockbuster, the Frontbuster Cinematic Universe FCU. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. And they're reviewing loads of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. He wants a hard drive in it. Okay. We shouldn't go blah, 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 blah and skip past it, because there could possibly be... So could possibly be some hidden objectives in there. we'll accept that. We need upgrade to 1,500 gig of storage. We'll accept that. And this one's here. Upgrade so I can sail. I've been playing great sailing simulation game. My computer just won't run it. But if I turn up the graphics frame, it drops. Oh, we'll just about run it before I turn it. Yeah, okay, fine. I use a program called Will It Run to see what I need, and it seems while my PC is okay for the main spec, the recommended spec needs a better GPU. Can you have a look at it for me, please? PC can play Sail Away Sailing Simulator recommended spec, so I'll have to accept that. So we'll have to get the Will It Run program, and we'll have to get Will It Run program, and we'll have to then check it and then buy the parts. Got another one here. So it says, will you help me make my PC faster? Put in 8 gigs of RAM and can it done by tomorrow? Okay. Don't try pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. My kid's been using it and I'm getting some weird pop-ups. Right. So there's an optional objective for virus scan there, I believe, and we also need to get some more RAM in it. And the problem we have is that we can't use what we've got here. If we go to memory, we do have a used stick there of 8 gigs, so we could normally just put it in and job done, but we can't in this case. Anyway, so this is ready for a restart, so that should be fine. And that is it's now got 3D mark on there, so this is good, and we'll be able to hopefully plunk in the corridor and get the optional objective. Music playlist, yeah. Unavowed soundtrack. I might put the Stellaris one on in a minute. Anyway, let's go to the normal game one. Anyway, so let's pick that up there, and we'll place that down, and then we will get that completed. So we will say collect, and my PC's so clean, but there now seems to be some weird program installed. Okay, I thought we needed to do that. Perhaps not. Okay. I will, so no, it's on a 3D mark. What is that? Okay. Discard. Right, so, we've got another machine here. This is upgrade, and I believe it was upgraded to 16 gig of RAM, so we'll have a quick look. It is upgraded to 16 gig of RAM. We're going to rip the sides off and see what's already installed. It looks like we might be able to look at, we might look out here, because that looks like an 8 gig stick, and it is, of 266 megahertz. If we open these up then and install... Ah, it's incompatible. Yeah, it's not the same speed. Darn it. We'd be alright. We would be alright. Okay, so what I'll do... new parts available. We've got Ryzen 3 quad-core and some more graphics cards. We need to shop here our memory, and we just need to get another stick of... 2666 RAM, and that should do there. Let me just double check the email. I think if we look here, it says upgrade to 16 gig of RAM. Budget is 130, but they've already got some in there, so that RAM should be totally acceptable. While we're on here, actually, what we'll do is we'll get Will It Run. We'll add that to the cart. We will also check the email, and we need to upgrade to 1,500 gig of storage. Now, I don't know what they have. Budget is 100 though, so that gives us some inkling of what we might need to purchase. So we'll go back over to the shop, and we'll have the, where is it? Storage. We could probably put a 1 terabyte in. What's he paying us? 100. I'll just shove a 2 terabyte in and call it a day. See, I'm guessing, perhaps wrongly, that they have probably 500 in already, but I don't know if that's the case. And do I want to take that risk? I don't think we do. I think if we just put a 2 terabyte in and call it a day, or does it say upgrade to? It doesn't say. It says, yeah, 1.5 terabytes, but no more. I'm going to buy the 1 terabyte then and hope that they've got already a 500 in there. Can't do this one here because we need to do Will It Run and then get a better graphics card. With the look of the budget there, it is just going to, yeah, it's going to be a graphics card. And this one is to upgrade to 8 gig. Oh, can you put in 8 gig of memory, please? Okay, so we can't use second-hand parts, so we'll just say memory. There has been no specification for speed. No, there isn't any requirements. Okay, and the paying is 60. So basically, we're going to put in that, because it's... oh no, we can put in something else. Put in some G-skill, because why not? Add to the basket. So there's our basket. Will it run? Matched... Actually, it's not specifically matched, but it's the same as what's already in the PC to the left of us. That's for the computer fellow, and that's for that one there. So we'll buy that for next day delivery, and that should be all right. So basically, we'll wait till next day, and we will get that sorted. Is that right? I think that's right. I don't think there's anything else we can do today. That's in transit. That's here. We need that. We'll have that RAM tomorrow. That's in transit. That's in transit. That's in transit with the 8 gig of RAM. Okay, so we should be able the next day without any problems. So Friday. Achievement log best of both worlds. Okay, don't know what that is. Let's get this RAM installed and get this out the door. Again, we're going to check for optional objectives once we've sorted this out. The memory clips are already down. That's fine. Open, rather. And we'll install that. So that's now, hopefully, all working. Let's just put that on there. We probably need some auto-screwing devices if we can. Let's power it up and see if it boots to OS. And I'll also double-check, make sure that... things aren't working fast enough. On 16 gig of RAM. I've had some bad experiences where people haven't properly benchmarked their changes. Can you get it done quickly? Properly benchmark their changes. So that is implying that we need to run 3D Mark, and we will do just that. We'll install it and we'll run it. I don't know if we need to remove the program or not, but we will find out shortly. That's a nice background. We'll restart that. I really need another bench as well. 1,500 for another bench. No. What's it made out of? Platinum. Right, so we'll run this. It's benching garbage. Okay, fair enough. I'll let it do its thing while we have a look at emails. So we've got a lot of emails here. Looking to upgrade PC. Looking to upgrade PC again. And some other ones. I'm not actually. You know what? I'm not going to read them just yet because we'll end up getting a bit snowed under with all the other stuff. We can't check them out yet because we don't have the stuff. And well, we do have the stuff, but we don't have another bench to put this on because we're currently benching this on the only bench that we have, and we can't remove this. So you know that's a shame. I also noticed that you can press the power button. Like, you can just physically click that as well. A nice little touch. Nice little touch. So it's running this here. The current bench is 3540. So I wonder what it gets to after all of this. I have no idea. Let's see. Wow. I mean, there's some nice frames. There's not enough of them for our liking, but still, they're there. Look at the chart. We don't have to pay for at least nearly 2 weeks, so that's fine. Rent should be good for that. Currently 4-1 in terms of money. Not great, not bad. Yeah, now it seems to be some weird program installed. Maybe I should have, I don't know, removed it. No, it did clearly state that my son's on a 3D Mark. So that looks like it has. Oh, that's okay then. So I will remove that. So we've benched it and we'll remove it. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah. Can I get it done quickly? Yes, we can. PC is ready to be all sorted. Right, so we'll just power that. And we'll get that out the door. The new RAM is working perfectly and they took the time to benchmark it too. Boom! 5 stars. Right, that makes things a lot more interesting then, because we have to pay a little bit more attention. But I'm not dealing with this one. 500 gig. So where is the hard drive? It is this one. This is the one with the hard drive. Nice grill there. And it looks like we'll be doing it from the back here. So we'll take this off here. And we'll be able to install it there. I can see, obviously, there's a hard drive in there. I don't know what size it is, though. It's a 500 gig, so, again, we have lucked out. So, it's just going to be put in that. Close the drawer. Cables. There's your connector. And there's your power. Get that side panel on. And there we are. Alright, and then click. And that should be done. Another terabyte to do the trick. Oh yeah, so if I did read it more, it would have been fine. Okay, so we'll get that out the door. Collect. There you go. 5-star review again. Discard that one. Right, so that says run sail away. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to do this one. This is the RAM, so we're looking for upgrade this one, okay? And we need to, wow, look at that, that'll well, I hope the cat doesn't walk in front of it. Gone. Take your slippers off that, wouldn't it? Right, let's go for the RAM and the typical thing is I've got there's a 4 gig. Actually, yeah, we'll just take that out. Get rid of that. Install memory and that one, and it sort of matches. Would be nice if we got the G-Skill one with a big red flare on it, but alas. And install that and click. And I believe we need to run a virus scan. Kids have been using it, I'm getting some weird pop-ups. Yes, we do indeed. So we'll say install virus scanner. So that's now fired up. Ooh, look at that. Nice lighting. Cool. Always takes ages. It's always Microsoft estimates. Oh, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. 2 hours. What? Get that quite often. Right, virus scanner. Start scanning it. Ooh, yep, it's infected. So we've now done that. We will remove the virus scanner, and that should be it. And that should hopefully give us a nice 5-star rating. So we'll restart that machine. We can just place it in the corridor. It's fine. It's being removed. And collect. RAM's upgrade went well, and using it is a massive pleasure now. And it was completed in a timely manner. So, the bottom one here, which is will it run? So we'll go to the PC, we'll pick it up, and we'll install the program. So currently it's just going to be a software check here, and then we'll worry about what we need to install. But almost certainly that graphics card is coming out. So, this person likes sail away, obviously. Will it run? That is the question. And new parts, new bits. Discard all of those. We'll try and keep this inbox better than my own personal one. I got an email the other day saying, click on this link, you've won an iPod mini. What year is it? An iPod mini? I think the last time I got one of those was about 2008? 10? No, about 2010 or 11, something like that. Good grief. So, will it run? We can see we've got Battlefield 1, Sidmey's Civ 6. We are wanting... Sail Away, the Sailing Simulator. VRAM, 4 gig, you have 3. So we need to upgrade that, which we knew about anyway, because that's pretty much what they said. So we'll rip that out, all the case. We'll see what they've got. They've got a R9 2080. Okay. They're giving us, for the upgrade, 350. So we'll go for graphics cards. And let me just double check 1 second. It is a 2080. 280. They're only 3 gig. Okay. And we've got lots of filters. We have VRAM 4 gig is what we're looking for. So they seem to be on Team Red rather than Green, so it's not a problem. I don't want to... See, technically, if I wanted to, I could just say, right, let's do this and put in the cheapest, shoddiest card in the world. As long as it conforms to this. To be fair, recommended spec for this is a... That's strange. See that? It says you needed... It's a GTX 1050 Ti with 4GB of RAM. Or higher, obviously. 1050 then. 1050. Do I want to do that? 1050 Ti is the important. 1050 Ti for gaming. There's FTW gaming, WindForce. I don't think it really matters. I'll put in the VGA one. We'll add that to the cart. There we go. Okay. So that'll be coming tomorrow. And is there anything else? Doesn't seem to be. So we'll look at some other ones here. I hear you work with computers, so my rig's run really slow lately. Can you upgrade the graphics card? I will if you upgrade your punctuation. It's not as quick as it used to be. Don't try and passive and use parts. So upgrade the graphics card. Lots of love from Barbara. So Barbara, what do we need to upgrade that with? It does not state, but we do need to upgrade with not second-hand parts, and I don't know what they have. So I will accept that, and I'll see what turns up tomorrow. I need some help. My rig just dumped the task email. I need 16GB of RAM in terms of time. Can you finish it by 11 days? I know used parts can be cheaper, but I'd like new ones, please. It seems dusty inside, so we know there's going to be a dust out, which we'd spot anyway. Plus, we need to get 16GB of RAM, and it's 130 budget. So what we'll do is we'll go to shop, we'll go over to memory, and we want to get... well, we could just get, if we wanted to... How much have we got? 130. So is there any RAM for 65? And make it a nice round even one? I don't think there is. But we'll look for 8 gig. We'll get 2 sticks of 8 gig. And we're looking to... We're looking to spend not little as possible, but I mean that would fit the bill. So 2 of those. That's in transit, so that should be fine tomorrow. Another one here. Company takes about half an hour to boot up some days. Maybe a virus scan would clear things up. I'd like to be done by 3 days. Looks a bit bland in there. Some black plastic cables might make it look a bit nicer. Vents look a bit clogged. Is that okay? From D. Move viruses, and it also says black plastic cables. So that's new. Cables. Yeah. I guess we've already got that. Type plastic. Some plastic black cables might make it look nicer. Knock that off. How would we do that then? Ribbon plastic, sleeve plastic, ribbon plastic white, tight plastic plain. Budget 0. So we're just going to have to do what we can, I guess. Okay. And then a D-dust. Those plastic white cables look really nice. My son's always going about 3D Mark. What is that? So that's clean out. Cables. Accept. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff turning up tomorrow. As you can see, we've got a 1050 Ti gaming. We got some 2 sticks of RAM. We'll have it as next day delivery, and we will buy that, and we will end the day. And then tomorrow we've got, well, sorry, when we come in on Monday, that'll be eventful. So end day. Right, so we will go ahead and next episode get as much of this done as we can. I reckon we'll get probably the majority of it done, unless I've bought wrong parts, and all the cabling is going to be something new as well. So, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Next episode, we'll go ahead, as I said, and sort out that lot, and maybe even buy some new tools, because we are making a nice bit of money. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.